So I did a video on this, on how, all this is tied to the Egyptian bloodline. Going up to the Queen of England, all that. Anyhow. The Department of Justice, is involved in this. It's the informant army. And there was one kid I found on a video. He was explaining how you go down to City Hall, and if you're in the right mind, you can be recruited to be a gang stalker, and you'll get paid gift cards and shit like that, right? So what they do is they get these people who are, probably criminals, pull them out of prison, and then they pay them. And then you have your paid informants, like I said, your social programs. And then you have your contractors, electricians, plumbers, gas company. Okay. Those are like the private police. So now it's gone from a public service down to a private police force. Citizens on patrol, or whatever you want to call it. Neighborhood watch, community watch. Okay. And these people get private incentives. So like I said, it's all CIA, DHS, the creation of DHS, which was by the Bush family. Patriot Act to, get rid of the Constitution, have the UN come in. This is all tied to the Queen and the Vatican, the Jesuits. Okay? Dark cabal shit. They're reptilian people. They got copper-based DNA, about 80-90% of it. And their only goal is for fucking control, where they implant you and they just want control. And that sun simulator up in the sky is sending directed energy weapons and really fucking with people. And the cops are very complicit in this program. I saw an article in New York City where a lady, this guy vouched for her. He says she's not like that, So all of a sudden, this erratic behavior hits people. And it's erratic behavior, in my opinion, is tied to this sun simulator. It's directed energy weapons. And you have to be familiar when they're fucking with your body. That's why I rant and I rave so much, so heavily on frequency. Because what they've done is they take DNA and they weaponized it. The very thing that you are, they've weaponized it. If you know the genetics on the planet, you can weaponize it. Send frequencies to a single person and make their life hell. That is what's going on, people. That's why we have to go after these intelligence agencies, and that's why you have to fill out your case affidavit. That's why you got to take time and sit down and go through Dr. Horton's affidavit and just fill that fucker out. It's the only way we're going to get this shit done, is we have to shut down the CIA, the FBI, Department of Justice. Everything needs to be scrapped and cleaned out. I mean, we're talking massive cleaning here. People who are licensed, people who take an oath, people who are, who are serious about helping people, I've gone to so many doctors and they just fucking walk out the door. Why? Because they know I have an illegal implant from the dark cabal. And this whole program is about control. It's about me getting in line with the rest of the fucking gang stalking 33-degree Freemasons. It's about me shutting up and not pointing the finger to the Jesuits. It's about me shutting up and not pointing the finger to the Vatican. It's about me shutting up and not helping anybody. It's about me shutting up and looking the other way when I know darn good and well how this fucking program works. I'm not a fucking sellout like the rest of these people. Just, like an hour ago, I was just driving down the road and they set these goddamn stages up. So you're driving down, you're approaching the stoplight, right? And then all of a sudden, over on your left, you got a person using the crosswalk, right? But you're on the far left lane, and they time it. See, this is the thing, they fucking time it. They time the events so that you get in trouble. So he's in the crosswalk, and I know by law, but if someone's in the crosswalk, you can't touch them. So that's the key, is that it's an Israeli it's a Jewish, it's a setup. And they set the shit up. They stage it so that you get involved and you get in trouble. So as I was saying, far left lane, approaching it, and the arrow, I get the green hour. But you know what? I don't go. You know why? Because I know motherfucking game stalker over here on the far left is crossing the street. And he has the right of way technically. But they stage it in such a manner so that he's purposely there so that I get in trouble. And I use the green arrow to cross. He's all fucked up. He doesn't look like he's of sound mind. And a lot of these gang stalkers are not of sound mind. They do this on purpose so that they get insurance. Do you understand what I'm saying? They do this shit on purpose, people. So that they reap the benefits, they asset strip you down to the bare. It's all about asset stripping. It's a genocide asset stripping program from the Jewish cabal, which is tied to the Vatican, which is tied to Archangel Michael. I told you I can go straight to the fucking top on this one. Okay? There's a big rebellion going on in Hong Kong, and you know what I see? I just, you have to stand back and just look at it. It's no different than what's happening in Venezuela, and they have all these uprisings because when people get upset, the reptilians, and they feed off of this. They feed off of frequency and fear and anger. So you have to stay away from these riots. It's no different than the Yellow Jackets in France. They feed off of that, people. The Velon, they're called the Velon, the fallen ones, the Pleiadians, Archangel Michael. All this shit is staged, in my opinion. So this is how they do it. It's these agencies within the government. They pay these people. These people get paid.